is your missions or success to be a nanny, a cook, or whatever it is that we want you to be. Not, don't get out of that
Yeah,
circle,
don't get out of the box.
Yeah.
So we actually had some great times over there. Daniel, what you became president of?
Yeah.
What was it?
I was actually a founder and president of the Chicano Intellectual Club, and after that, I became a center of social activities. And then after that, president of the student body and mission. And right after that, I got elected on the student trustee for Los Angeles Community College District.
Right.
Which was a representation of 250,000 students along the whole
Exactly.
district, 9 colleges and every stuff like that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and so it was no surprise that you then went on, in spite of all the things that happened over there, to become a very successful. Now you are a
Campaign director, field director,
and
yeah.
field director for political campaigns. And formerly, you worked for the city of LA.
Correct.
On the
I was
commission
a commissioner for human relations, which is civil rights, human rights. I say the liaison between the mayors, the LAPD, and the community, right in the middle.
Right, and I remember coming to you actually campaigned for Garcetti, right?
Correct. My first campaign was actually here in the United States with Garcetti, and right after that, I jumped in multiple campaigns. I was doing back end campaigns, which is a very interesting. There's a lot of muscle that is put out there, and finally, I got into this new campaign that is Jorge Nuno wanted me to be in the front end, and accepted it. We gave it the first shot, and here we are. We are in the front end working in a campaign that is going to say the most difficult uphill campaign that I ever faced.
Well, we're going to go into today. We're going to reflect on the political process and what can actually be done from a constructive level to upgrade politics in America, and we're also going to touch on corruption in politics.
Correct.
And in education from the perspective of a young man who's been out there with his feet to the ground. So today, Daniel has not seen my little 7-minute video that I did about the presidential debate. And now that we have a few months to look back and reflect on it, I offered some really amazing solutions in that little 7-minute video. So we're going to get Daniel's reaction to that right now. So we're going to both hit play. Okay, and the sound is going to be coming up, but we don't have I don't hear the sound.
I stopped in the mall to watch them in front of a big screen. Others were gathered there, most rolling their eyes at one or both of the candidates. As for me, I was perfectly bipartisan, not planning on voting for either. Still, I stopped to watch for signs of substance, listening for a genuine heartbeat for the people. Anything that could be the cause for anyone voting for either candidate. I was seriously searching for an indication that Trump or Clinton was actually capable of caring about anything other than their own agendas. Whatever they may be, one thing I know for sure is that their agendas do not include the voice of the people. They do not include the best interest of the people. And they do not include the common good of the people. So I didn't stay in front of the screen for long, because all I saw were caricatures of real people. Perfect stereotypes playing off of one another, both pretending that if they get to be the 45th president of the United States, that this time, after 44 other presidents fail, that one of these two will do what none before them have ever been able to do. Keep a promise. Not that there weren't presidents who tried, but we all know what happened to them. Look at the Kennedys. What was real obvious to me is that these debates are designed to placate and entertain us, to make Americans believe that our votes matter. When anyone who can read knows that the position of the President of the United States was deemed by our founding fathers to be too important to be left in the hands of the common people, that is what the Electoral College was created for. But my concern isn't about the candidates. They might as well be actors and actresses. They do what they're paid to do and as they're told to do. Sure, Trump is a wild card, but so are Reagan and Schwarzenegger. The American people do love to be entertained. And Trump is putting on one hell of a show. While he may not be part of the old cabal like Clinton, he's still part of the power elite. And when you check on both of their track records, what you'll find is that with all the money, power, and influence they have, neither of them have contributed in any meaningful way to alleviating the suffering of humanity. They have not solved a single pressing problem affecting the lives of Americans. Just look at the water in Flint, Michigan. It's not a difficult problem to solve. What about homelessness? Affordable housing isn't hard either. Not with all of the abandoned buildings around and the trend in tiny houses. Just saying. Or how about a living wage, affordable daycare, inexpensive higher education, decent public education? How about stopping the poisoning of our air and water supply or ending the genetic modification of our food due to the clear and present danger these things pose to the health of Americans? Or how about halting the assault on our civil liberties and our loss of privacy or police brutality? What about the police state? Racism, discrimination, poverty. I could go on, but you get the picture. None of the things that really matter to the average American is being addressed in these debates. Why? Because we traded all of those things in exchange for a sense of security, to be told that the government would protect us. The question is, who's going to protect us from the overreach of our own government? Edward Snowden sacrificed his freedom, his country, and his security to reveal the surveillance of every aspect of the lives of every person on this planet by a silent, sinister, and shadowy government. Clearly, it is time for us to stop looking to leaders who treat us like livestock to solve the problems they deliberately create just to generate fear within us so that we will continue to give them more power to exercise more control over every single aspect of our lives. As for me, I know we came to Earth to learn how to exercise dominion over our own lives, not to give our sovereignty and freedom to others in exchange for a security that has never been and never will be forthcoming because the power elite feed off of our fears and securities to empower themselves. You see, the answers and solutions will not come out of Washington. They will not come out of the military-industrial complex, nor will they come out of the Oval Office. They begin and end with us accepting the truth about American politics and moving beyond the game. As long as we continue to participate in their game, we get held to their rules and their mind control. Rules we didn't even create, but rules we're expected to adhere to nonetheless. Really, all we have to do is just stop buying into the lies of people in power. Stop looking up to them to save us and start questioning everything, demanding accountability, criminalizing corruption instead of giving corrupt leaders a free pass. We can stop purchasing their corporate goods and start growing and creating our own goods and services. We have become a nation of consumers, not creators. We have got to get back to basics. Earth is governed by the law of contracts. So until we withdraw our implied or implicit consent to be governed by despots and despicable people, we are begging to be ruled. I don't know about you, but I'm done with this game. I'm from Texas, the Lone Star State. Our motto is don't mess with Texas. When we grow weary of playing with fools, we walk away from the game and we create our own. It's time to get back to the drawing board, people, because this is a fool's game of the cards stacked in favor of the house. We continue to play at our own risk, only to end up disappointed every time that we lose again and again.
So that's Candid. This is your first time seeing it. And I know I put you on the spot, Daniel, being a campaign manager and very much involved in the political system. But I just wanted you to know, because we haven't seen each other, in about 4 or 5 years.
Quite a while, right?
This is my evolution and where I am now. So what are some candid thoughts?
Well, I think the video touches upon a lot of things that the American people doesn't want to talk about.
Right.
I'm actually working in a project that is called Borderline Appropriate.
Oh.
And because it just kind of fits me.
I love that title.
I speak in English, but I think in Spanish. So when it comes out, it comes some Mexican thing in English, and I always get in trouble somehow. But the bottom line is, people don't want to hear that it's that our political system, it is in problems. It is in trouble. When we think. When a regular citizen says, I cannot believe how many racist people out there. See, what is wrong about that phrase is, I can't believe.
Well, exactly.
Because
look at the reality.
It's the fact that you cannot think that there's someone who can think completely different than you, that makes you as ignorant as that person. Because that person thinks the same way about you. I cannot believe you're so liberal.
Exactly.
So if you want to put that into perspective, it's like, I want to have the full knowledge of that there is people who think completely different than me.
Thank you.
And I got to tolerate them since I am a tolerant,
yes,
human being, right? Or I'm tolerant only in California.
Yeah, exactly.
Only in my bubble,
right,
where everybody gets along. And,
or in
and the
Selmar.
rainbow is okay and all of that stuff is fine. But outside is not.
Exactly.
And how do you react to that?
But think about it. Now, this is America, a country that was founded on genocide of the Native Americans and slavery.
Correct.
So, and you can't believe there's racism in America.
Yeah.
What country are you really living in?
Yeah, and there's a lot of the influences. I gotta say that it's based on education and the higher level of education the society might have. And I said good education.
Yes, real education.
Right.
Let's talk about our institution of education. Notice the word institution.
Yeah, right.
That's where insane people go.
Right.
And the
insane. Okay, I get that one. I got that one now.
Right. The institutions of higher learning. Because if you teach critical thinking, which is what I was teaching, boy, don't you get in trouble.
Right. It's just like you cannot, challenge the system or the establishment because immediately it's like, oh my God, you are a radical.
Yeah, and you're doing your job.
Yeah, and that's all what I'm saying is trying to put the word out there and tell people, hey, listen, I am a person who thinks different.
And we're supposed to be creating minds that can think. I thought that's what we were supposed to be doing. But you got penalized for thinking outside the box, and I got severely penalized for thinking outside the box, and yet I thought that was what I was being paid to do. So when we come back from commercial break, we're going to focus on the journey outside of the matrix, because we're in the matrix, but how do we get
outside?
How do we deal with the ignorance and the illogical thinking process, and the naivety of the American people? That's what we're going to look at right after commercial break.
Regresamos.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Ka'anapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master planned destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Ka'anapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Ka'anapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit Ka'anapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you need to know there is money available to you that can lower your Medicare prescription costs. How much can you save? Find out now by making a free call to Health Markets. They'll search from a variety of nationally recognized plans to find you the right coverage at a price that fits your budget. And they'll do all this valuable research for you at no charge to you. And remember, you may be able to save money on your prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify. Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy? Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge. Call Health Markets right now.
800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. That's 800-990-0351.
Health Markets Insurance Agency is the DBA of InSphere Insurance Solutions, Inc., licensed in all 50 states and DC. Service and product availability varies by state. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Okay, we're back with Daniel Campos, who has been struggling for justice and change in the educational system at the higher level, the higher educational level, and also in the political process. And, does it get disappointing and disheartening at times, Daniel? Because, you're as much of an idealist as I am, and I know you went into it with that, and you had some pretty severe wake-up calls, right?
Yeah, what I notice is that if someone wants to succeed really bad, and instead of seeing someone who they want to push forward, what they do is like, oh no, you got to hold him down. This guy is dangerous. He knows how to speak 2-3 languages, and he's very smart, and he's just about to take my job.
Exactly.
So that's how most of the time people feel.
They're invested in the system,
Correct.
in the status quo, right?
It's like, hey, don't break the rules, don't overthink this. Please just stay in
your lane.
On your lane. It's like, well,
What is that?
what happens when you challenge that? When you start thinking about outside the box and you question the things that you always been taught. For instance, one of the things that I tell everyone is like, what is the last month of the year? What is the name of the last month of the year? That name is
December.
Right. And then the one before it is November, October, and September. So why is it that if we have 12 months, the last month is December related to 10? 10, 9,
That's
10,
true.
9, 8, 7. September, October,
yes,
November, December. You know why? Because they added 2 more months of rent just to tax people.
Exactly.
And this is in the Romans with Julius and Augustus.
Yes,
You know, they have 2 different months added to it.
It's all about slaves,
Right.
creating slaves.
And if you don't know these things, you automatically say, I got to pay rent 12 months of the year when we shouldn't be paying. We should be paying 10 according with the numbers that we go by,
Well,
right?
and especially if you go by the Mayan calendar,
And
which
that's
had a
different.
20-day
Right,
cycle
cycle.
instead of 30.
Yeah, and it's and it's a lot more precise, and there's not 6 hours
Absolutely.
left to add them to the 4th year to make it this February 29.
Right.
Anyway, which I needed at February 29 this month.
sure
for
did.
one more day election. That would be good to do campaigning out there.
Don't you think sometimes it's all designed just to keep us befuddled and confused and stressed out, like daylight saving time? We lose an hour, we gain an hour. People can't, it's just like it keeps people on a little hamster wheel.
Correct. There's a lot of what they call conspiracy theory on this thing, and a lot of things that could be believable or not. But I tell you, with the general things that happen, or political system has a lot of influence on our educational system.
You bet.
Because they want to make sure that people remain ignorant, remain,
Look, worker bees.
dumb. Yeah.
Worker bees.
And say, listen, you don't need to read a book.
That's right.
In the United States, the average people don't read a book.
They're functionally illiterate, which means they read at or below the 6th grade level. And I thought that was really bad. Once it dumbed down, it used to be 8th grade. And then like over the past 20 years or maybe 30, it then dumbed down to 6th grade level. Now with everybody just watching TV or always on their computers, you notice they're just watching videos. People don't read anymore.
No, that's right.
And they only want 60-second videos now?
Yeah,
that's the attention span.
The attention span is like, okay, I'll pay attention for 3 seconds and I'm gone.
Exactly.
Hopefully, the people who are watching us live, they stay
nation
longer.
Of ADD.
Yeah. And we name everything, because I was talking to a captain on the police force recently. He said it was something called opposite defeat disorder, which is something like that. We can Google it.
Yeah, everything's a disorder.
Which is simply the fact that I challenging the authority.
Oh, wow. So now it's a disorder.
That's right. And I was like, well, that was cured in Mexico with a slap. My mom would slap me around across the face and like, you pay attention to me and you're gonna respect my authority. And I said like, yes, ma'am. Yes, I will. Because that hurt a lot. Well, I'm not saying my mom. My mom was a woman of her time, and things have changed. But when they call the cops because I can't control my kid,
exactly,
and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to reinforce it. What's going on with you? It's like he turns around the cops and they go like, oh, please don't hurt him. He has attention
ADD
opposite disorder. And I was like, what? The captain was like, what is that? It's like, oh, he doesn't pay attention to authority. It's like, well, that's a problem. Yes, it is. It is a problem.
Well, you know that there's a word for that. It's called recalcitrants. People who just defy any kind of authority figure. So if I'm a teacher and I say, really you need to turn in your homework tomorrow, they're going to show up and say, I need an extension because that wasn't enough time. I need to turn it in next week just because they're recalcitrant.
Correct.
We have a nation of recalcitrant.
Right, and I think that it's lack of discipline.
It is.
It is lack of discipline,
I call it sloth, SLOTH. It's one of the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, no, okay.
Another word for it is lazy.
Laziness, that's right. Yeah, flojo. All
right, we'll be back after commercial break. You're listening to Divine Love Talk. I'm your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant, and I have in studio my old friend, Daniel Campos. Okay, doing it up.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. And little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy's special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember, Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you need to know there is money available to you that can lower your Medicare prescription costs. How much can you save? Find out now by making a free call to Health Markets. They'll search from a variety of nationally recognized plans to find you the right coverage at a price that fits your budget. And they'll do all this valuable research for you at no charge to you. And remember, you may be able to save money on your prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify. Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy? Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge. Call Health Markets right now.
800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. That's 800-990-0351.
Health Markets Insurance Agency is the DBA of InSphere Insurance Solutions, Inc., licensed in all 50 states and D.C. Service and product availability varies by state. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
All right, we're back with more of Daniel Campos, and we're talking about the corruption in our educational system and in our political system, and what can be done about it. Daniel is looking at it from the inside out. I mean, I know, Daniel, I went into higher education because I genuinely had hopes of reforming the system from the inside out. And you know the thousands of lives of students that I literally pushed through that system, you know, to transfer, who have gone on and done amazing things. I'm still working with many of them who would never, ever have graduated, let alone transferred, and now have master's degrees, and who are working very, very hard to help kids who are in the welfare system or, you know, the foster care, foster care. So they're doing amazing things because of their exposure to me. But, you know, at the end of the day, when I left Mission College under extreme persecution and extreme slander and just viciousness, I thought, wow, I can't believe how far up this corruption goes. And then I had this real clear, after doing a lot of research, because I was going to do a documentary on it, and I said, forget it. This is what I found out. The system's not broken. The higher educational system and the lower educational system is working perfectly. It's doing what it was designed to do, which is to fail the students.
Correct.
Which is to miseducate them and to create worker bees. And so when I looked at it, I said, okay, when you look at the history of the educational system, all they want, public education, all they want is, you know, for people to be functionally illiterate. And because if they have thinkers, the critical thinkers, then they are going to question things and the system will have to change. So when I looked at that, Daniel, I said, okay, I'm done. Because my students kept saying, well, Dr. Grant, why don't you go teach somewhere else? And I said, there's nowhere else to go, guys. You know, I'm not going to go back into the system. You know, it's broken from my perspective, but it's working perfectly from their perspective.
Yeah, I think that's our school system was designed in the 50s, you know, and it's precisely out of the war that we were living back then, and and they needed to have a lot of labor, and so people who learn how to do like a process, like soldiers.
Yes, yeah.
You got to do A, B, C, and D.
Vocational stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And but it has changed. One thing that we have failed to teach our students, that is being taught in many different places in the world, is emotional education, or what
Oh
they
my
call
God, emotional intelligence.
So it's very difficult to have a conversation sometimes with someone that when you have a disagreement,
they turn into a 2-year-old.
right? And they're like,
And they're emotionally retarded.
And so the problem is that and there's this measurements, like the more emotional you become, the less intelligent.
Hello.
So if you can overcome that and control your emotions, when you feel that rage inside of you, and you're just like okay, let me breathe this one out. And people, I think that, for instance, as a Latino, people justify it really quick. So like, whoa, this is my Latino thing. Like, hold on.
We're
a second,
hot-blooded.
that's
We're
not-
emotional.
Yeah, and I think that no, it's also like, why you don't call yourself an intellectual?
Exactly.
Because I like to say, and I have faced this issue many times when I say, hey, we'd like to have an intellectual conversation. And people look
And
at
they
me
go like, what is that?
What you just said? It's like, when I had my first club, the Intellectual Chicano Club, society, people were asking me what did I meant by intellectual.
Oh my goodness.
All the time. And this is the part they couldn't put
that's
together.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
what do you do intellectually? Like, what is it? And it's like, well, we discuss, let's read a book.
But let's keep it real. It was at Mission College.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
You were way out of your league.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't realize that. When I realized also is that when I put the Chicano word on my club, I didn't know the tag that I put on it, because I didn't understand what the originally.
But you wouldn't even be considered Chicano because you're Mayan, right?
Yeah, well, that's right. But the
Officially,
Chicano right now,
officially, you wouldn't
I
be.
can
claim
say
it.
yeah, because Chicanos, I guess the definition is someone who's political conscious, right?
Oh,
And-
see, you were taking the actual definition
Correct.
of it. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and, but I didn't know that when I put that word, oh my God, Admission College was such a big deal.
Oh, wow.
I got it right under
well,
the
because they had a whole different interpretation
Oh, yeah.
of it, and I became aware of that because if you were from El Salvador, Guatemala, the Yucatan, or anywhere other than Mexico, then you weren't literally considered a Chicano.
Yeah. And, and as Latinos, when we say Latinos, unfortunately, and this is my personal perspective, I get a little offended for the fact that you put us together all in one umbrella without acknowledging that Mexicans from the north, from the center, from the south,
Everybody's so
Guatemalan,
different.
Belizean,
Yep.
Honduran,
different.
Salvadorian, they're all different.
Yeah.
There is no Latino who likes to be called an Argentinian. He's like,
Yeah.
no, not that, right? So the Argentinians, like, they're being called anything else. They're like, no, what do you think? No, absolutely not.
No, I had
So-
an Argentinian student, and I was studying the history of Argentina, with the Nazis and all that. And I said, I already knew the answer. I said, so what happened to your indigenous people? Where are they? And
God.
this Argentinian student said, oh, we killed them.
Yeah, right. We got rid of all of them.
It was so crazy. I mean, you have to laugh at some of this stuff.
Yes.
It's proud. Oh, we killed them.
All of them. They
We
all
got rid
gone.
of them.
We're all European descendant now. They have all
Exactly.
the costumes of Europeans, whether they are German or they are from
But
English.
but what do you think that whole offense? Because if you say Latina or Latino, people will get offended.
Well, I'm sorry. Let me take that back, the offense part, because everybody gets offended with everything.
About
What
everything. It's
So
ridiculous.
what I mean is that I think it's a tag that is being imposed from the Anglo-Saxon or the white
Okay, right.
to the mass that it looks brown.
So then what would be a better word?
I think that as we normally, when you call someone, "Oh, are you Chinese?" They said, "No, I'm Korean."
Right.
And it's like, so you speak Chinese? No, I'm in Korean.
No,
so
I know,
when they get
'cause
offended,
I know.
So the same thing happened with I want to being called Mexican, and the Guatemalans want to be called Guatemalan, Salvadorian. They all want to be.
So it's more nationalism because when I was at Pasadena City College for 7 years, 85% were Asian, and I quickly had to figure out what they look like so I can tell a Korean from a Chinese, from a Vietnamese.
And they do look like, right? There's a look.
But not really. In the beginning, it's very confusing, but it's very distinctive.
Yes,
the
it is.
looks. And I even got to the point there were students that were half Chinese and half Vietnamese, and they had a look, and I gave them a name, Chinamese, and they loved it. They adopted it.
Yeah, because they're first and foremost, they are very disciplined.
Yeah.
So they are not emotional.
Right.
So they don't get things personal because they don't have an ego like we have here.
I
Like we got to
know,
prove all this
right?
stuff, you know. It's one of the most wonderful things. There is a study, book is called Tiger Moms.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiger Moms talks about two kids that are raised, you know, in the same conditions, one in China
Yeah.
and another one in the United States.
Right.
So at 11 years old, both of them, they have, they measure the level of confidence.
They're identical twins?
You know, no. They're two kids. You know, one in China,
From the
one.
same- okay, got it.
There's two study groups.
Okay.
So the one in the United States, the level of confidence at 11 years old is amazing. It's
Okay.
above the average.
Okay.
But in China, it's not.
Really?
The only difference is the kid in China speaks at least one language or two languages. I'm sorry.
Right.
And with all characters, there are over a million of
Thousands,
them.
Yeah.
And then he practices sport, you know, in a really good way. I'm talking about very
But
competitive.
they also cooperate with each other.
Correct. And the last thing that they do at that 11 years old is they play an instrument.
Right.
And in America, at 11 years old, kids started getting, you know, into
They're
sport.
they're narcissistic
yeah,
though,
yeah.
here.
So at 30 years old, both kids, one of them, the one in China is an entrepreneur. The one in America is still living with her parents.
Exactly.
So now the level of confidence is disparate.
That's
so
a great study.
it's amazing what, you know.
and a
what-
testament to our educational system.
Right. You know, and if you live at home and you're looking at right now, you are at 30 years old living at home, you know, don't blame yourself. Blame the system and make sure seriously that that you try to do something to change. So
Exactly.
It's not only the protest part. We need
Yeah.
the protest part. I don't disagree with that. I'm not the one who likes
But
to go to
but if you
protest.
notice, it's gotten to the point where it's like the people that are controlling things, they'll see millions of people out there protesting and they still have their agenda. That's why in my video I said, come on, there are a lot of other things that you can do in addition to that, and the real power is up here. It's
Correct.
in the intellect. You got to free your mind. Okay, this is it's all about consciousness and using the real power that you have inside of yourself, your own sovereignty, and it's through education. So without real education, I'm not talking about this substitute for education,
Correct.
In the system, but real education, which is a lifelong pursuit, where you're constantly studying, you're constantly thinking for yourself, you're constantly questioning everything, and you're constantly upgrading, the playing field of your mind. That's where it's
That
going to
reminds me a
happen.
joke of an intellectual joke, where the UN sends a survey as a questionnaire to all the countries in the world and say, we would like to know your opinion about world corruption and the rest of the world hunger. Okay. And so Cuba is the first one to reply and says, we would like clarification in the word your opinion. Then Mexico replies as, we would like clarification in what you mean by corruption. The United Kingdom replies, we don't quite understand what you mean by hunger. And the United States replies, UN, Secretary, we really need you to be very clear about what you mean by the rest of the world.
That sums it up, doesn't
Right,
it?
right. So-
Narcissism to the nth degree. The rest of the world doesn't matter.
Yeah. You know how many people I actually told this joke and nobody laughs?
Oh my God.
Like you are laughing right now. Like you totally get it. But I explained this joke so many. Like I had to explain the joke. It is.
Well,
it's
did they
just-
get offended?
No, they
mean,
were just like,
they just-
I don't get it. Like, yeah, of course you
Oh,
don't.
that's scary.
Because you're inside the United States.
That
Your
is
your
so
mind has never been
scary.
outside of it.
But
So-
Jose, I saw you smile for a minute over there. Did you get it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Jose.
There you go. Right? You understand.
Jose is he's our engineer. He's an intellectual.
Good. Thank you. An engineer is a bright mind. You got to put a lot of stuff. Right. They never experience hunger, man.
No, the UK one, they're socialists. They're not hungry. What's hunger
Yeah.
to them? They don't go hungry.
Even in the worst times, they were never in that situation. So it's like they have everything what they want from everyone else, though. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't-
but they
don't
do
it, yeah.
take care.
Yeah. So and then I remember and I was sitting at this table. It was a conference in the University of Mexico, and this guy said, "Let me tell you this joke about three men playing golf." So the first one, hits the ball, goes right straight to the lake, and he lifts his club. The water opens. He hits it again, and then goes into the hole. And
Okay.
then like, wow, so we identify, who is that person, right?
Right.
The second one hits the ball, goes right straight to the lake, puts his hand like that, and the ball stops right on top of the water.
Ooh.
So he walks on top of the water, hits the ball, goes in the hole. Again, they're matching.
Okay.
So the third one is a very old man. He comes with a cane and he can't really, walk. He hit the ball. It goes right straight to the lake, but a dolphin pops out, grabs the ball with his nose. It turns to an egret, flies, and puts it into the hole.
I love
The first one tells to the second one, I don't like playing with your daddy. and thank you for that laugh. I haven't got that laugh in a very long time with that joke.
But what about the one who walked on water? What did he say?
Yeah. It's like, hey, that's my daddy,
That's my daddy. I love it.
Yeah, so it's amazing.
But now I'm gonna tell you, that joke reminds me of our untapped potential. When I look at humanity, and we're literally using 3 to 10% of our brain. If you're considered a genius, it's about 10%, but the average person uses about 3% of their brain. That's heartbreaking. But that joke says to me that if you're using more of your brain, you will tap into the dolphins and the birds, because they feel us. They are tapped into us, and you can become one with them, and they will do amazing and magical things. We are magical creatures. We are powerful beyond measure, as Marianne Williamson says. And I just think it's so sad that we have 90% of our brain that's just sitting there waiting for us to tap into it.
When people used to say that in the romantic time, they used to say, there's some things that I cannot tell you. I can only express it when I hug you.
Exactly.
So that lack
the heart.
of touching that we have right now in this
Yes.
culture, in this culture, when I go to someone and I hold their hand or
Or
shake their
even,
hand,
or even high five,
yeah, it's like that's so unpersonal. So
I
there's
know,
no
right?
as a Latino, I used to kiss twice. I go like,
Yeah, right,
"Mwah,"
right.
and then people go,
Whoa.
oh, what
What's
the hell?
that?
This guy is too horny, and I'm like, what's going on? This is what I do. I kiss people and then kiss people in their hand.
Exactly.
So that lack of touch, human touch, it
Yes.
has created right now a big
a bunch
deal.
of robots. Like, I look at people and they're so robotic and they're so cold and they're so out of touch. Thank you for pointing that out, because we do need that human connection. That's what's
and
really
it's,
missing.
and it's skin to skin. That's
Yes.
very important, because a lot of
And
people are
heart
like,
to heart
you
with the
gotta
hugs.
touch-
Like in California, LA in particular, they do that little fake California hug.
Yeah, they go like this.
Where they, they
they
barely.
go like What's up, brother? They go like, oh, they hit you. That was not a hug. I say, can you hug?
Can
Like,
we do a
don't hold
real
me. Like,
hug?
get off me. They got off me. They say, like, come on, man. Give me a real hug. At least be real about that.
Not in LA. Okay, look, it's just very hard to come by. And when I first came to LA, I called it an intellectual wasteland, because I was on the set in Hollywood. I was managing kids, and I was like, oh my God, okay, where are the intellects here? They were wondering, why are you bringing books on the set? Because I read.
Right? Because I don't. Right.
And when I said to somebody one time, well, if I date a guy, he's got to read. He's got to love books. Okay, you're listening to Divine Love Talk. I'm having too much fun right now with my friend Daniel Campos, the intellectual Chicano. I love it.
Yeah, right.
We'll be back wrapping this up after commercial break. It went way too fast. I'm your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant. Check me out at Dr. Parthenia, DOCTOR, Parthenia.com. And check out my new course in Singularity. It's a course in transcending the duality of your ego. What a concept. Okay. We'll be back after commercial break.
Hey, Fred Dreyer and I are really enjoying Blue Apron. Blue Apron, the number one fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. They deliver the food. They give you the recipes. Everything is fresh. It's sourced fresh. It's all great, wonderful cooking. You go out and spend $30 or more going to dinner, $10 a person, and you dine with your family. Go and make the meals together. It's affordable, as I said, about $10 a person per meal. It's got variety. You can customize recipe. It's easy. It's guaranteed. And here's the special deal. You can get your first 3 meals free with free shipping if you go to their website. That's blueapron.com/dryer, D-R-Y-E-R. Again, your first 3 meals free. You get free shipping. Just go to blueapron.com/dryer, D-R-Y-E-R. You'll love how good it is. It feels good. It tastes good. It's blueapron.com/dryer, D-R-Y-E-R. Blueapron.com/dryer. Check it out today.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
Hi, friends. This is Larry Manetti. Go to LarryManetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. There is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryManetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
All right, we're back wrapping this up. Oh my God, we had so much fun, didn't we, Daniel? It just went way too fast. So what what do you want to leave the audience with in terms of this whole process and what they can do to be the change that they want to see in the world?
Well, number one is that, you say something that whether your vote counts or not, the vote does count.
On a local level, I would agree.
That's exactly why I wanted to go. So today we have elections on Tuesday, March 7th. I encourage everyone, please go and vote. Seriously, it does make a difference. Your local level is the guy who actually cleans your streets, puts the lights, picks up the trash, does all of those things. I have a friend who said, she called me. He's like, Daniel, you know what? I got a ticket on the street because of the sweeper.
I know, it's ridiculous.
And it's like, okay, how much is it? $70, Daniel. I said, you know what is really mad? Like, I never seen the sweeper pass.
Exactly.
And I'm like, oh my God. It really mad. She was really mad. But this is the things that happen. South LA having elections too. There's a young man as an incumbent, and I gotta be biased about this right now. Jorge Nuno is running completely against the establishment.
Oh, I love it. Okay, well, I want to meet him.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Bring him on.
He's fantastic. And one of the things that is happening is that we have noticed that how the establishment, when he's seen this guy from the people from South LA rising up, the first thing that they did, they throw a whole bunch of money into this campaign.
Of course.
And now we have the cigarette companies putting money into this into the campaign
into the opposition.
Yeah,
of course. But they did that with Marianne Williamson. I was supporting her on a local level because I'm real clear that it does count on a local level, but it's also being corrupted on a local level because if they see that you really are an idealist and you really can make change.
They don't want to.
Well, they with Marianne Williamson, they brought in like 15 other opponents and divided the vote, and they came in and poured money to get people to vote against her.
And that's what they're doing right now. They literally want to divide the vote. In order to divide that, they create some instigations.
That's how they do it.
But, I got to say that what you said, what it drives me, I think that if in the local level you can keep making a change, you can keep working.
It is going to have to happen small.
Yeah.
Like the educational system is broken. A lot of my students who now have kids and their kids are being destroyed in the educational system. They say, well, Dr. Grant, what are we going to do? And I say, well, sweetie, you guys are going to have to think outside the box and, not look to the system to solve things for you. You've got to solve them for yourselves and come up with creative solutions and small grassroots movements. I think that's the future. Entrepreneurship, small grassroots movements, and stop looking to the politicians to save us. And vet the politician. How about holding the politicians accountable? That's one of the things that I talk about.
That's one of the phrases that I like about Jorge Nuño. Jorge Nuño used to say this then, I want you to vote and hiring me with your vote or firing me with your vote.
Thank you.
And that's what we need to do with politicians. We need to hire them and fire them. And we stop, taking pictures with them because, they're not celebrities. They're supposed to be working for us. So
they're our servants.
They are.
Servants.
They should be doing
Oh, my. It went that fast. Are we ending? Oh, my goodness. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Daniel Compost, for showing up and just bringing so much light and brightness to this day.
March 7th. Vote.
All right. Vote locally, guys. And check me out, drparthenia.com. Check out the course in Singularity. If you want to get a grip on your ego and stop letting it sabotage your success. The only thing between you and success, we're done? Oh, okay, is your ego. So Sai Baba said, man minus ego equals God. So if you want to become a god or a goddess, work on your ego, people.
Hi, Daddy.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation.